Can? Ready? Okay. So this topic is on hereditary. So the basic things you need to know. Number one, what is a cell? A cell is a basic unit of life. So they can ask you questions like how come you have similar characteristics to your parents? Okay, so that then you can answer the question because information stored in the cell is passed from the parents to their offspring. You know what is offspring? You know?
The younger ones.
The younger ones, yes, your children. Okay, so I don't know how you and your mommy look like, but I assume you would have similarities. Okay, so like I say, a lot of people say my girl look like me. Okay, because her eyes and her nose look like me. Okay, but I think her mouth looks like Papa, so she's a mixture of both of us. All right, so you would have some similar characteristics either to your dad or to your mom. Okay, for some people they may look similar to their akong or ama, okay, their grandparents. So you may have some characteristics from them as well. Okay, cells, we have living things who are only made up of one cell. They are called sorry, not unicellular, organisms. Okay, or multicellular organisms. So as human beings, you belong to which one? Unicellular or multicellular? What do you think? Humans.
Multicellular.
Yes, we are multicellular. So for those who are unicellular, okay, what kind of organisms do we have? So for example, we have the amoeba, OEBA. So the amoeba, so that's one example of a unicellular organism. So how do unicellular organisms reproduce? Means how they ensure continuity of their own kind. So they reproduce by splitting themselves into two. So one split into two. Then later the two split into another four. So that's how they reproduce. But for us, we reproduce through how do we reproduce? This is something that we're going to look at it later. Okay. So why do we need to reproduce? Okay, because all living things will die someday due to old age, illnesses, accidents, or attacks by predators. So if they will die due to whatsoever reason. Okay, same for humans. Okay, then we reproduce to ensure continuity of their own kind. Otherwise, if we do not reproduce, we may become endangered and eventually become extinct. Do you know what is endangered and extinct?
I forgot what's endangered, and then like extinct, that means that it's not on Earth anymore.
Correct, not on Earth anymore. So this one means it no longer exists. Okay, no longer exists, doesn't exist anymore. This one endangered means it's going to be extinct, but they are not extinct yet. Going to be. Because their numbers are getting lesser and lesser. So they might become extinct one day. That's why we call them endangered animals. Understand what I'm saying? So it is animals which are getting lesser and are in danger of being extinct. You know what are the animals that are endangered? Which are the endangered animals that you know? Means they are going to be extinct, but they are not extinct yet. What kind of animals? Have you been to the zoo?
Yeah.
Which animal in the zoo do you think is going to be extinct?
Not sure, but maybe some birds.
Definitely there will be some birds, but one famous one is the one that everybody like. Do you know who is Kai Kai and Jia Jia?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So they are examples of endangered animals. We have the Kai Kai and Jia Jia. They are the pandas. Okay, pandas are they are going to be endangered. So that's why we are very careful with these animals. We take great care of them. Okay. So that's why we reproduce. Number one, to ensure continuity of their own kind, so that you will not become endangered and eventually become extinct. Okay, no problem. Can I? All right. Then okay. So just now we talk about this. Okay, you need to know how to define it, so they can ask you, oh, what is heredity? Then you might, oh, it's the passing of traits from the parents to the offspring. So like just now I say my girl, her eye and her nose look like me. Okay, the her mouth look like daddy. Okay, I don't know yours. You feel that which part of your face looks like your mommy? You don't know. Okay, later you invite mommy here, then we see how mommy look like. Okay. Then we compare, see which part of the traits of mommy is passed to you, or which part
But
of
she's
that.
not at home.
Oh, mommy, daddy not at home. Both not at home.
No, daddy's at home, but mommy's not at home.
Then later we see which part of daddy looks like you. Okay, so some traits are quite obvious. So for example, just now I say my other's eyes, your eyes lah, nose lah, or what else is quite obvious one? Mouth lah. So those that you can see, we call them very obvious features. Or sometimes even your height, okay, or your height still more. Or some people's like the eye color. So if you are the what's that called? We call them Angmo, right? Those people who are English people, the London or America kind of people. So their eyes normally not like us. Ours is black, right? Our eyeball, but theirs may be blue. Also, it's very obvious. They would, if their parents are of let's say they are from America, then their eyes normally blue color. Ours Chinese normally we are black color one. Okay.
But I see green sometimes.
Green sometimes. Why green? So this is one good question. Why sometimes green? Okay. So some so-called, you say Chinese, they also have green eyes. Why? Because maybe their father is Chinese, but their mother is not. Their mother may be other races. Okay. Or even if father, mother not, father, mother both Chinese, maybe the grandfather or grandmother, one of them is not. Then it will affect their it would pass down such traits from the grandparents, and then that's why they'll affect like you say, how come both Chinese but the eye is green color or blue color? That's because maybe the grandparents have such traits that are passed down to them. Okay, so good question. The other one, some traits are less obvious. So for example, your blood group. Okay, blood group maybe not so obvious. Like my daddy is A plus. My mommy is B. So in the end, my blood group was AB plus. Okay. Then for me, I'm AB plus. My husband is A. Then in the end, my children is maybe O. There are some permutations there which are not in our level to learn. Okay, but blood group is also affected by what blood group your father and your mother belongs to. Then you have what blood group. So like mine, my papa A, my mama B, I AB. It happens to be lah. But my sister is A, my brother is B. So I inherit from father and mother. But my sister inherit from papa, my brother inherit from mama. So we can inherit a bit of everything from everybody. So even though my siblings, we all have the same papa, mama, but our blood group all different. So these are some less obvious traits that can pass down. Okay, so blood group is one example. Some traits.
But then what's the difference between like blood group A, blood group B?
It's just different types of blood group. Not much difference.
Is it different color?
No, the color is the same, but what the cell is made up of will be different.
Oh, so that's why you just put it in groups.
You put it in groups so that if you cannot get the wrong blood group, if the wrong blood is infused into you, can die. So cannot anyhow take the blood. But there's one group that can accept all kinds. Okay, for example, the O group, those with O blood group, they can share their blood to, let's say, A, B, and AB. Okay, so I can take the blood of a O group person, but the AB group, right? They can only give blood Like O can only take O. They cannot take AB's blood, but I can take O's blood. Very unfair. But yeah, there's like that. So some people can accept more types of blood, but not all. So different blood groups, they can accept different kinds of blood. Okay, so that is one example lah. Some traits are not inherited from their parents. Okay, so some is just you learn. For example, I say, okay, your, I don't know, for example, your Chinese is very good. Okay, it may not be inherited from parents. This one is because, or your teacher is very good. You make you learn the Chinese very well, or your English very good. May not be it may be because your parents English very good, but that's not because of you inherit from them. It's because you learn from them. So there's a difference. Okay, so like I say, I'm a science teacher, my science very good, that's why my other science also very good. But that's not because she inherit that from me, it's because you learn it from me. So it's not the same. Any problem? Okay, yeah. But some traits, right, can be affected by the environment. Sorry. Okay, it can be affected by the environment. So example, let's say the height of a person. Okay, the height of a person, or your hair length. Okay, these can be affected by the environment. So for example, if you are let's say my husband, okay, his papa mama all very short, okay, but he's very tall. Okay, but last time the people, they are shorter. Why? How come they are shorter compared to now? Now most of the people are quite tall lah. Why is it that the people, let's say in the 1950s, they are shorter? Why? Any idea?
They did not grow, right?
They did not what?
Grow. Like, they didn't grow.
Not that they now. Okay, how come they can't grow that tall as people like now? Okay, most probably in the past, the living conditions is not as good as now. Last time they may not have enough food. They are malnutrition. Not like us now. Wow, too much food. Last time is not enough food. Everybody's snatching for food. Okay, but now we have, in fact, we have too much. Hence, your people will grow very fat. Right now. Okay, so that's why there's a difference. So that's what we mean by affected by environment factors. For example, not enough food can affect your height. Okay, so hair length or hair color can also be affected by environment. So for example, some people, they go and swim. If you swim a lot, then you know what will happen to your hair. You realize what happened to the people's hair?
No, be wet.
No, some people's hair, when they swim too much, then
Oh,
they
yeah,
are, they become, the color may change. Okay, that's one issue. Or height, length. That's now we talk about also skin color. Okay, so of course, a person who's an Indian versus a person who's a Chinese, their skin color confirm is different. That is from the passing of traits from parents. But if I go and suntan myself, then I become very dark. Then the one is not because of my parent. The one is because of the environment. See the difference? So yes, skin color, like we talk about Indians versus Chinese, my skin color is yellow. The Indian one is a darker color. So there's a difference between passing down from parents versus when I go suntan. I go suntan and become very dark, right? So different. Any problem? So questions they can ask you from exam will be like, they ask, oh, which of these traits are affected by environment? Or they say, which of these traits are not inherited from parents? So they can ask questions like that, MCQ. Then you must choose the correct one. Any problem? So this is one possible, these are the possible exam questions that can come up from here. Okay, ma? And
Yes.
Ears is also can also be passed down from parents. Okay, we have those people whose ears is like that, come out come outwards one. There are some is stick inwards one. Different kinds of ears. I don't know yours. Yours is covered by your hair. I cannot see. Okay, so yours looks more like the coming out one. So I don't know mine. Mine is it coming out? Let me see. Mine is more